tonight on Connecticut's news station, an independent investigation launched into tens of thousands of state police tickets that may have been falsified.
Also, a teen hospitalized after a shooting in one Connecticut town. We'll have the latest details on this developing story ahead.
And $1 billion on the line tonight. The winning numbers are less than an hour away from being picked in the enormous Powerball jackpot.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin tonight with police investigating a deadly hit-and-run crash in Hartford. Good evening. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Brent Harden. Thanks for joining us. Let's go right to Fox 61's Sarah Sanchez in our breaking news center tonight with what we know right now. Sarah.
Yeah, Brent and Jen, just moments ago, police and fire officials confirmed to us that this is, in fact, a deadly crash involving a motorcyclist. They also confirmed the driver in this crash drove off after the crash left the scene. Here's a live look at the scene right now on Windsor Street near the intersection of Loomis. Fire officials say they were called to the scene before 8:30 tonight. That's where they found that male motorcycle rider in the street. He was pronounced dead on scene. The other driver involved in the crash was nowhere to be found, and police are now on the hunt for that driver. We'll bring you more updates on the crash, but you are going to want to avoid that area as it is an active investigation. We'll have live updates throughout the evening in the Breaking News Center. I'm Sarah Sanchez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station. Jen.
All right, Sarah, thank you. And new developments at 10. An independent firm is looking into a report of more than 25,000 traffic tickets that may have been falsified by state police.
Governor Ned Lamont announcing that investigation into the tickets written over the last decade. Tonight, the NAACP held a community forum about this ticket scandal. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joins us outside State Police Troop H in Hartford with the latest on this. Gabby.
Brent and Jen, researchers with the Connecticut Racial Profiling Prohibition Project said that they found instances of both over and underreporting of traffic stops made by state police from 2014 to 2021.
It's troubling. It's concerning. It flies right in the face of public trust in the system of policing for the State Police of Connecticut.
Over the last nearly 10 years, hundreds of Connecticut state police troopers may have falsified more than 25,000 traffic tickets, making it appear that more white drivers were being pulled over than drivers of other ethnicities. That's according to an audit by the Connecticut Racial Profiling Prohibition Project.
Based on the analysis, we have a high level of confidence that both false and inaccurate records were submitted to the profiling database.
Ken Barone is the project manager. He spoke to a room of dozens of people at UConn Hartford Wednesday evening, explaining how his team came to the conclusion by comparing state police data to data from the judicial system.
25,966 records that we cannot match.
He says they found instances of over-reporting traffic stops and under-reporting.
Stops where there was a likelihood that they didn't occur, and then the other was stops that did occur but weren't properly reported to the profiling system.
The Connecticut chapter of the NAACP says it's concerned about the findings.
It's so broad and so pervasive that, and it runs so deep, it's very startling.
Governor Ned Lamont says the state will be bringing in an outside firm to look into what happened. The chief state's attorney will also be investigating further into the matter.
Mainly not to look at guilt, but to look at how this happened, how we can make sure it doesn't happen, how much of it was intentional. If you're intentional, you're breaking the law, you should be a state policeman.
After the audit was first released, state police said in part in a statement, the state police are deeply committed to ensuring the integrity of Connecticut's racial profiling data and to maintaining public confidence in the essential public safety services our troopers provide each day. But some are now calling for more oversight and change.
To make sure that not only do we hold the individuals accountable, but also prevent this from happening again.
State lawmakers will also be hosting their own informational forum. That's happening next Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Legislative Office Building here in Hartford. Live in Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Gabby, thank you.
All right, we want to check in right now with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a first check on the forecast. Rachel.
We made it through an entire day dry today, and we're going to do it again tomorrow. 2 consecutive dry days is kind of a big deal for us this summer, right? If you've noticed at points during the day today, it's been a little bit hazy. You can kind of see that even right now, even at night. And that's actually because of wildfire smoke all the way in Canada, once again affecting our skies. It's not affecting the air quality too much. much. There is a higher level of particulates than usual. We're up at this moderate level, but usually at this level, you can't really detect them, even for people with asthma and respiratory problems. There is no air quality alert in effect, but you still may notice that in the sky heading into tomorrow morning. Things will start to level off, though, as we head through the course of the next 24 hours. We do have one little shower. Of course, we can't make it through without one raindrop in the state today. One shower just west of Connecticut. It looks like it's creeping closer to Sharon, but that'll be just one renegade shower, not the rule for tonight. Overnight lows in the low to mid 60s, so it'll be a nice start to the day tomorrow. We do have some humidity in the air, but it's not totally tropical, Florida-like like it's been off and on for much of this summer. As we head through the day tomorrow, we'll see high temperatures climb through the 80s. I think it's a bit warmer than it was outside today, mid 80s for most of the state. And again, dry one more day before showers and storms return for Friday. But I think you're going to like the way the weekend is shaping up. We'll explain your full forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Rachel. We have an update to breaking news that we first brought you last night at 10. A mother and daughter have died after they were swept away while swimming in the Shetucket River. It happened in the Baltic section in the town of Sprague. Police say Dora Kelly and 5-year-old Aralee McKeever were taken by the fast current. Pam Avery lives right next door to the water. She says she called 911 when she heard a little boy calling for help, watching his mom and his little sister get pushed down the river.
The current just took him right out. That's what it looked like. I'm sad today. I'm sad. Very sad.
Investigators continue looking into the incident, but nothing criminal is suspected. DEEP is warning you that rivers are extremely dangerous right now because of flooding and fast currents.
And we're following developing news out of Hampden tonight, where a teen is in the hospital after a shooting. Police say it happened on Helen Street just before 4 this afternoon. The 18-year-old was taken by a family member to the emergency room. We're working to learn more information about the shooting. Stay with Fox 61 for updates.
And tonight, Hartford police are investigating 4 homicides in the last 5 days. That includes a shooting that we first brought you as breaking news last night at 10. Officers say 25-year-old Marion Edwards of Windsor was killed outside of Burger and Pizza Land on Barber Street. Edwards and a 66-year-old man who's fighting for his life are not believed to be the intended targets in the drive-by. An activist in the city is calling on everyone in Hartford to put a stop to this latest wave of violence.
If you have somebody in your home that's doing drugs and have guns that's illegal, you need to report it to the community. Okay, you need to report it to the police, because the police can be everywhere, every time.
Investigators are working to find leads in last night's deadly drive-by shooting. Anyone with information about any of the homicides should call Hartford police.
And new at 10 tonight, a man from Manchester is accused of sexually abusing a child over a period of several months. Police say 51-year-old Galen Sear faces 20 charges. Investigators received information last May about repeated sexual abuse at Sear's home. Sear's being held on $200,000 bond, and he's due in court next month. Officers also say there could be more children victimized by Sear. Anyone with information should call Manchester Police.
Well, new at 10, a house more than 120 years old caught fire in the Higganum section of Haddam. The Haddam Volunteer Fire Company says it happened on Saybrook Road just before 5 yesterday afternoon. Firefighters needed to use Higganum Reservoir State Park to get water to battle those flames. The fire was put out within an hour and contained to the attic. No one was injured. The home was built in 1900 and its basement caught fire 5 years ago.
Wesleyan University in Middletown says it will end its legacy admissions practices, which give preference to children of Wesleyan graduates. It's happening in the wake of the recent lawsuit against Harvard over affirmative action. In a statement, Wesleyan President Michael Roth said an applicant's connection to the university shows little about their ability to succeed at the school.
Well, happening tonight, the winning numbers will be picked in less than an hour for an estimated $1 billion Powerball jackpot.
It's a big one. It's expected to be the 3rd largest prize in Powerball history and the 7th biggest ever in the U.S. Fox 61's Jake Garcia joins us outside Connecticut Lottery headquarters in Rocky Hill after talking with people hoping to become billionaires tonight. Jake?
Well, Brent and Jen, I hope you got your tickets ready, because people all across the country, including right here in Connecticut, are hoping to cash in on that $1 billion jackpot.
I decided to play Powerball because the jackpot is pretty high and, very attractive, so I figured why not?
The $1 billion jackpot is Powerball's third largest prize in the game's history and the seventh highest lottery prize in U.S. history, causing many like Patty Rice to try and cash in on their luck.
No, I don't gamble a lot, but when it's this high, it's kind of fun to dream and see what you would do with the money. And probably for 24 hours, I'm spending it happily and traveling and retiring, and then I wake up and I discover I don't win.
The jackpot is valued at just over $500 million cash, causing many to dream of what they would do if they won the big prize.
Pay off my mortgage first. I'd like to let my dad retire. That'd be nice. And me and my wife are going to St. Lucia for our honeymoon later this year. It'd be nice to have an even better room down there. So start with that and maybe get rid of this Camry.
One of the state's most expensive real estate listings is Cooper Beach Farms in Greenwich at $150 million. With the jackpot, you could buy 3 Cooper Beach Farms after taxes, of course. If you bought a Powerball ticket, the odds aren't necessarily in your favor. You have a better chance of being hit by lightning or a meteor than winning the $1 billion prize.
I realize how little of a chance I got, but if Connecticut's lucky, I'll take it.
Now, Connecticut has had a string of luck lately when it comes to the lottery. There's been a recent few strings, of prizes, larger prizes in the Mega Millions, as well as on Monday, the Connecticut Lottery saying that a $1 million Powerball ticket was sold in Groton. So Connecticut's lottery luck may be still sticking around. I guess only time will tell. Live in Rocky Hill, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Yeah, those winning numbers being drawn soon. Thank you, Jake. In about 45 minutes, you can quickly flip over to our sister station on the CW20 to see the Powerball drawing live at 10:59 p.m. We also have the winning numbers right here on the Fox 61 News at 11.